we'd just like to welcome Dean Clarke to come in and sit down with us. Dean, thanks for coming first of all. Dean, this is your second spell with Limerick after sandwiching Shamrock Rovers in between. So can you tell us what actually brought you back to Limerick?
Yeah, so basically I sat down with Stephen Bradley in the off-season and we had a conversation. Obviously he had big plans for his team this year and who he wanted to bring in, and I just thought I wasn't going to be playing as much as I'd like to play. I'm still quite young and I think I still have a lot to offer, so I just thought I didn't want to be at a stage where I was not knowing whether I was going to be playing certain weeks and being a bit disappointed. So I just thought, we kind of mutually decided that, look, if I can find somewhere else I'll be happy, then I'll move on. So I think straight away Limerick was the first club I had in my head. I had a few offers elsewhere, but I kind of turned down contracts just because I knew where I want to come back and I know the lads here well, and I knew it was where I was going to be happy, and I think it's where I'm going to flourish. I think we've had a bit of a, you could call it a disappointing start now already, but I think we've a good team there that's going to do well this year.
You spoke about knowing the lads well. There's a lot of lads that were here from your first stint, and there's a few new lads that have come in as well. Of the new lads, you've been playing just in front of Tommy Robson. What have you thought of Tommy since he's come in?
Yeah, I think Tommy, you can see he's come from a good background. He was playing in the Premier League not even a full year ago, so I mean Tommy has a bit of quality. He's still very young as well, and I think he's kind of a wise head on young shoulders. I think I actually enjoy playing under him now. He gives you a bit of composure and a bit of quality, so I can rely on him as well if I make a mistake to back me up. Just like the rest of the lads that we've brought in, there's quality there, the likes of Bastian, Rodrigo. I think we just signed another Tommy, who played actually in the SBF for Rangers. So we've got quality in the team. I think we need to give us a bit of time to adapt and let the lads get used to the league as well, because I think it's always a lot harder than lads expect coming into this league, because they kind of think, oh, it's Ireland and I've played this and that, I've played there, and I think at the end of the day you're coming into a man's league and you have to kind of get used to it and kind of hit the ground running, which always doesn't happen. But I think a couple of weeks to let the lads adjust and we'll be flying.
Speaking about hitting the ground running, Limerick certainly hit the ground running in their first week, beating Sligo 5-1. But since then, it's a 1-1 abandonment against Derry, a 1-0 loss to Dundalk, followed by another loss to Bows, and yesterday was a 1-1 draw with Finn Harps. So where do we go this season? Like, are we going to push on, or is this kind of the level that we're going to be at, do you think?
No, personally I don't, and I thought when the squad we have, I think there are two disappointing results because of the squad we have. Those two results at home, we were fully expecting 6 points, and unfortunately that's the way football goes, and it just didn't happen. We ourselves as players take full account because we were disappointing. Like, I think on the pitch we seemed laboured, and I was disappointed the way we played in both games. And to be honest, I hate making excuses for ourselves, but the way the opposition carried themselves out in that game against Finn Harps was, I think, a disgrace. The referee didn't kind of give any benefit to the team trying to play football. He kind of allowed them to play their games, and I think it's a big negative. I think if you're an outsider, anyone looking in as a fan, it's just disappointing that they're allowed to get away with certain things like that. And it was an anti-football display from Finn Harps yesterday, which was, to be honest, quite negative from anyone that enjoys watching football. So I think we can only go forward. Look, it's 4 games in, there's no need to panic yet, and it's a long way to go.
You've been starting on the left-hand side of a front three, and Chidozie Ogbene has come up from Cork as well, who usually plays on the left side of a front three. So there's serious competition there now. So how do you fear the competition between the two of you has been going?
Well, to be honest, I've actually been working with Chidozie a lot. Just he's only a young lad and he has a lot to learn, but he's so raw and he has so much ability that I've no problem that if he's playing better than me or he deserves to get in ahead of me, I've no problem in saying, right, I need to do better. I've been working with him a lot. I've been taking him after training just to do crosses and help him work on things that he needs to work on to get him to the next level. Because I think if he's top of his game, he's going to be one of the best wingers in the league, and that can only be good for us. Like, I wouldn't be in any way ever hoping for him not to play well, because at the end of the day, we need the results. And if it means I need to up my game or else change my game, that's what I have to do, and I think that's what I have been trying to do. and I can see already, like, I know that when I see him doing well in training, I'm thinking, oh God, here, I need to step it up, or else I'm sure he's thinking the exact same. Obviously it's disappointing if you are dropped and you're not in the team for someone else, but I think if you're going to go about it the right way and not be, be a good professional about it and just go out and get your own, worry about yourself and worry about your own game and think to yourself why you're not playing. Because, to be honest, I really rate him. I think he's going to be in the next couple of years. He's only 19. I think in the next couple of years he's going to be one of the top players in the league.
One that's actually another young player in the league and people don't realise it is Stephen Kenny. He's only 22, 23 now, and he's been playing well in the last couple of games. So there's a good possibility he could start to keep Ian Turner out of the team now. So how do you fear that battle is going to go between the two of them?
Well, I don't think it's just a battle between the two boys. I think all four of us are kind of in competition, because all four of us can play either side. But as just the way it goes, it looks like it's kind of a one-for-one match. But I think obviously the two lads have different qualities, and I think mine's kind of trying to play them in games that will suit their style of play, because they do have their own qualities and athleticisms and stuff. To be honest, I think it's going to be it could be a week in, week out depending on the game. Martin's trying to play his players and get to know his players better, because to be honest, you can only see what type of play you have in certain situations, and he's been dealt those situations lately when we're maybe a goal down and you see Ian come on yesterday for Stephen, and his style just happened to turn out to get us the equaliser when he was more direct, and where in certain games Stevie's more quick delivery and stuff can be a threat. So I think it's
a horses for courses type of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Rodrigo and Chris actually started up front together yesterday, which was a change to Martin's usual 4-3-3 formation. He actually went, it seemed like two in midfield, two out wide, and Chris and Rodrigo up front. Do you think that benefited you yesterday, or do you think it was just that one time where it didn't work this game, but it's not to say that it won't work in a different game with two up front?
Well, to be honest, I think we went out about it to try and press them high, and we gave them a bit more respect, I think, than we needed them. I think in hindsight we could have went out and taken the game a bit more to them and try and let them show their quality. I think we tried to let them show their quality a bit too much. Whereas I think with Chrissy up there with him, I think it kind of gave us a bit more of attacking threat and a bit more work rate. But I think we slacked a bit in midfield then with Chrissy up top, and the 2v3 in the middle kind of worked against us in the end, where I think Paddy McCourt tried to get on it and we gave him a bit too much time and allowed them to try to get out of situations that I don't think we should have really let them in.
Yeah, we've got to go Tuesday now. We've got to go straight back up to Derry again for a rearranged fixture after the lights failed up there a few weeks ago. With such a quick turnaround, there's bound to be some changes in the team again. It was 1-1 the last time, and we'd seemed to got our goal from a quick counter-attack. You actually scored it yourself. Do you think that it would have been a more tough game, or was a draw? Obviously, it's not going to be the end result, but was a draw a fair reflection of how the game was going the last time?
Well, I think you have to look at everything. It's a long trip for us. We came out not knowing an awful lot about Derry. I think we did learn a lot in the 25-30 minutes that was played, that what type of team they are, and we've obviously seen from their results so far that they're a good team, they're a big threat this year. I think in the game, the way the game was going, they were the home team, the crowd was loud, and it's a nice little ground and it's enclosed. That I think we just tried to ride the spell they're going through, and we were lucky enough to get the goal. Obviously their goal came from a set piece. But I think the game just needed to settle. It's hard to judge what way the game was going to go, because the game really never settled. There was a attacking spell there going through. So I think we're going up there knowing a lot more about them, and we're going to be able to set up a lot better.
You spoke about Derry's fans there. Speak about our own fans, the lads in the Markets Field that make all the noise.
Well, I don't know what to say. Like, the lads are as loud as it gets, aren't they? Doesn't really matter how many of them turn up. They always seem to have the same sort of noise. And they've been good to us. Like, even I know it was disappointing yesterday and the weekend before, but the lads in France, they're always shouting positive. And I know, obviously, like every football fan, I'm the same. If I'm going to home and watch my own team, that you're going to get frustrated and you're going to have the moans and groans. But at the end of the day, they're still singing us and they're still singing praises for all the lads. So I mean, hats off to the lads that turn up every day, especially in fairness to them. They turned up the day after Paddy's Day when I say there was a few sore heads.
Yeah, the numbers seem to be growing actually. There was close to 1,200 people there yesterday, which wasn't bad for a 2 o'clock kickoff as well, so that bodes well. We'll just do a couple of quick fire questions now, Dean. Where's your favourite ground to play in besides the Marketsfield?
Daily Mount.
Any reason?
Just because I grew up there and I went to, I grew up watching a lot of games there and just, I saw a lot of big nights there and I always kind of thought myself, geez, I would love to be playing here one day. And I think on my debut, my first time ever playing in Daily Mount, I scored, so it's always kind of been something I like going back to.
Where's your least favourite ground?
Ballybuffet, for a reason that speaks itself. I've been up there last year and I mean, it just never seems to get better. It always seems to be, the lads nicknamed it Mordor, so I think it speaks for itself.
Who's currently the best player in the league?
I think Patrick McElhenney. I think the qualities he showed in the Europa League games last year, and then even so far this season, I think when we played him, he just seemed to be another level. And I think if he follows the suits of Dal Horgan, Andy Boyle, Richie Tells, he'll be gone at the end of the season.
Oh yeah?
I think so. Yeah, I think he just, even when you're playing against him, his touches, his awareness, everything, his left foot, right foot, he just has a bit of a presence about him. I think he's
It was
just at an
Sim's
extra
score,
level.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
He did score an absolute worldie against us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and from what I heard, he scored an absolute worldie again last night, so I think he's
Yeah, apparently last night's, they're calling that one a new goal of the season now, so it's not too bad. Okay, Dean, thanks very much, and we want to wish you the best of luck on Tuesday. Hopefully you get a start, and hopefully you get another goal up there.
Cheers, but thanks very much.